Hey, everybody. Welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As usual, this is just an open chat. If you got any questions or comments for me, send them on over. I'll answer whatever questions you got. Doesn't got to be gun related, but we like those. But we also like any other manly man stuff topics. So go ahead and ask what you want to ask. There's different ways. You can do a super chat, or you can send me an email, or you can put something in the live chat. And that's if you're actually right here right now. I don't usually talk about that, and I forgot. But let's get started here. I want to read if there's been anybody ordering any product today, so I can say thank you to them. Yes, we got Larry Minshew, who supported TYMP and got on the elders list for the Church of Phil. And also, Derek Thompson got on the elders list for the Church of Phil, which will be coming out pretty soon. Everyone after today who orders one will be listed as a member of the church, one of the Philistines, but will not be listed as an elder. So if you want to go over and get that, go get it. By the time I do the chat tomorrow night, it'll be too late. So if you see this video and you want to run over before 6 p.m., get over there and do it. Also, I don't have any new Subscribe Star members or any patrons to welcome. So I do have a poll over there about a design if you want to go over and vote if you're already a Subscribe Star member. But so I don't need to do anything there. Also, I can say if you've got anything you would like to do, like become a member of the channel, support us through Patreon, Subscribe Star, you can go over to tympistolproject.com at any time. Like I said, you can become a patron, you can become a Subscribe Star member. You can donate on a one-time basis. You can become a channel member. You can go buy merchandise. Like some of the new merchandise I put up over there. And this old one, I love guns, but I got paint on this, so I got to get me another one. I like prints. I'm going to get me another one of these. So you can go over there and do all that. You can also register to be a recipient of TYMPP. If you're someone you think could benefit from the program, please go over and register. With that being said, I want to get on here and see if there's any chats coming in. Let me log in there first, but there's one right here that I'm going to get to first. Trailers looking for full trailers, which I still don't get that name. Does that mean he's looking for people with a big ass? Or was that? I don't know what that means. He says, do you believe that illegal immigrants should be allowed to carry firearms in self-defense? Well, no. Because they're not citizens. They don't get the protections of the Constitution. That's just my own personal feelings on it. Legally, I don't know the answer because I is not an attorney. Believe it or not, I did not go to law school. I went to... my degree is in psychology. Well, I also have an education minor, but in fine arts. I also have an associate degree in design, but that was before computer design, really. So it's just like design. We worked on storyboards and things like that. I got that while I was still in college or high school. I went over to Rio Grande College and I got an associate in design. Counted as high school classes and was much more fun. Because I like to draw and stuff. Y'all know I draw all my characters. Oh, I just drew one too. I'm going to be doing, because he's a public domain now, Popeye. Let's see, where's that picture at? I'll show it. Hold on. I know I just did it. Right here. I don't know what I'm going to say on it yet, but this is the Popeye I drew last night. I just based it on an old drawing of him that's very popular, so I didn't really do anything crazy. I just changed it a little and gave him a gun. So that's my Popeye design. I think I'm going to put on there, I don't know if I'm going to say fuck spinach or spinach is full of iron, you're going to be full of lead, something like that. I'll put something on there. But I wanted to do a Popeye since he's public domain now. And it doesn't have to be parody since he's public domain. Can't stay at work. Humble request for a Cotton Hill sticker shirt that says this country used to shoot Nazis. Yeah, that's violent. That's mean. I guess we could do something like that. We'll think of something. That would piss off all the Trumpers. They would leave my channel. Wouldn't that be a shame? In theory. All right, let's get over here, see if there's any questions coming in over here. That was a purchase, I do believe. Jason Thompson paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, the Mississippi State Troopers believe they are as tough as SEAL training. More cops dreaming their job is the military. Yeah, it's not. It's not. Especially that's what state patrol's what I was part of. And it's not hard. It's, you know, it depends on where you're at. 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 3 months, you know, depending on where you're at, really, and what job you're going to get. But it's a lot of classroom stuff. You know, you'll spend like 6 months of your life learning a lot of classroom stuff. So that's the vast majority of it, actually. You'll spend way more time reading books and reading stuff about civil law and all this other stuff, criminal law, and learning to determine what's what. And you'll do way more of that than ever practicing driving or practicing shooting or anything like that. The marksmanship training is a joke. The self-defense training is fair, but it's not as much of that as it is just book learning. I think a lot of people have a real false impression of what they actually learn at the academy. Kevin Mabry. Oh, I didn't get the sporting systems today. I'm going to have to go to town Thursday, so I'm going to do it Thursday. And the reason I got to go to town Thursday is I got a speeding ticket a couple of weeks ago, and I got to go to court over it. And it's right down there by the gun shop, so I'm going to do it all at the same time. I forgot. I just found out my court date's the 30th, so we'll do it all on the 30th. What did he say when he weighed in here, Kevin Mabry? He just said, for Phil, I got a ticket for doing 65 in a 60 zone. I don't think I was even speeding. I had the eyesight set. I think I had it set on like 62, but so I'm fighting the fucker. I'm like, as much as I speed, I don't want to get a ticket for when I ain't speeding. And I was in a rented car. I was in a Subaru Outback. Oh no, I was in Crosstrek. So yeah, I was not speeding. Definitely not doing 65 in a 60 zone. Now we got Michael C3PO chiming in here, and he said, "You think that guy was stuffing your draw or disarm with the 360? Did carrying appendix almost cost you in the street?" I don't carry appendix. I think that guy was stuffing your draw or a what? Okay, I don't think that's actual sentence. So I'm not sure what I need to say to that one. You gave it a go. I'll say you put the old college try in there, but I don't think that made sense. We got Paul Bidenbach paying his $2 tithe to Phil. Says, "Hail Phil, do you have any guns that are just for show?" Of course. I got some guns I don't shoot because they're just too pretty. Like that fully engraved Python. I don't care to shoot it. It's too pretty. The Smith & Wesson 500 and the 460 up there. The short barreled 460. Ain't no fucking way I'm using that gun. It about breaks my wrist every time. I'm sure I got others that are just for show. Like that blued Python. It's too pretty to carry or shoot. I got some guns over here that, like higher end 1911s that I would never carry. I've shot them a couple times, but I wouldn't carry them. I mean, why would you go out and shoot out your $6,000? It's not $6,000, but you know what I'm saying. Why would you shoot out your $2,000 gun when you got a $500 gun right below it that does almost everything exactly the same? So yeah, several of my guns are just for show. And hell, most of my long rifles are just for show because I don't shoot them very often. Most of them are, well, I wouldn't say for show. They're for SHTF. Because unless something goes wrong, I ain't really using them. What was that about a Cotton Hill shirt? Cotton Hill sticker shirt. What's a Cotton Hill sticker? I don't know what. All right. But yeah, I don't like those people like guns are tools. They shouldn't be. There's fucking lots of things. Get over it. Did I answer that one? I think I did. What was that? Hey, Yankee, please remember to do your every other month podcast with Norton, NEA, and G-Webs this week. If I'm able to, I've got to go to my court date, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. That one at least was a sentence. He got it in proper English and everything on that one at least. Then we got Slade Shoemaker. I'm not familiar with that name at all. Can Phil throw boat right over a hedge? Throw a boat right over a hedge. Well, he could. He can do pretty much anything he wants. I mean, he's nearly omnipotent. Omnipotent. Cotton Hill from King of the Hill. Oh, that wouldn't be parody, and that would be get me in trouble. Yeah, I don't want to get sued. I'm already fighting with them about not protecting parody rights, fair use. So remember, everybody, if you want to weigh in live, use the link at the top of the chat there, not YouTube. Lone Star 45 says, do you think Smith & Wesson will make revolvers with no Hillary hole from now on? An updated Model 66 would be awesome. I don't know if it'll be every gun from now on because, they don't want to admit that, hey, we've been doing a stupid thing for a while and we did it because it made us more money. But now that we have more competition and it's costing us money, we're going to start doing it. We were shoving it down your throat when we knew you didn't have any other alternatives. But now that Colt's entered the market, Kimber's entered the market, other manufacturers have stepped up their game like Taurus, etc. Well, now we're going to stop doing it because it's costing us money now. So they're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They're doing it because it's losing them money right now and more competition came along. Let me see if there's anything coming in over here on the super chats. Slade Shoemaker was the last one, and he is still the last one. If anybody wants to pay their tithe to Phil or get involved in the comments, feel free to send something over there. Let's go over here, see if we got anything coming in on the live chat. What were the other two that idiots at UM? Oh, I already answered that question. NEA's chat got killed yesterday because he showed a 13-year-old video on his chat. Yeah, they were the one where I refinished my Desert Eagle, and the one where I practically rebuilt that tit sauce. And the one today, the best and worst of SHOT Show, was going to be the third. So that one, I think they're all still up because, I appealed and I got them appealed. They disappeared for a while. Also, the bloopers one from the one I put up for patrons, the blooper video, that disappeared and then came back because I appealed that too. I didn't get a strike for that one. I just got trouble for it. Because they said, hey, this is not suitable. I'm like, I don't even have it. It's not monetized. It's not even, it was listed as unlisted just so patrons could see it. I did put it at the end of my video today. So there's bloopers on that. I don't think I ever wrote and bloopers on that. Where are we at? I read that. I think you are the victim of bigger channels. Yes, that does happen. Like I've said, I know of one channel particularly that one of their cronies has had a conscience about it and told me multiple times when they've reported me. Eating their young. I don't know what that was about. You don't like laughing in front of people, but you go to comedy shows. Yeah, I laugh at comedy shows. I laugh all the time at comedy. I laugh all the time, period. I mean, sometimes I'll belly laugh till I'm about to pass out, like, I laugh all the time. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Good evening, EO Fardet. Cops are law enforcement. They enforce what the law making point 0.5% of the population decide should be the law. But yeah, they're enforcing the will of their benefactors. Locally, police was called to do a wellness check. Apparently, the guy took the officer's gun and shot himself. Well, that's not good. That cop left a bomb, was also put in his car. No, another cop tried to do something about corruption. He is not a cop anymore. He also had to leave Alaska. Yeah, if you try to fight the corruption inside the police department, you're not going to be part of the police department anymore. Down here in Florida, I don't see West Palm Beach Police Department anywhere in sight. It's nothing but the sheriff's office. In the 90s, only 300 state troopers to cover an entire state. They also did double duty as fish and game officers. They were able to respond to calls. Spokane officers do not reply. Well, they don't care about enforcing the law. Then they might actually have to put people in prison, and they don't want to do that. What's for dinner? I'm having Thai. We're having Mexican. It's a build your own Mexican thing. You can either have burritos, taco salad, which is what I'm going to have, taco salad, or you can have nachos. I'm going for the taco salad. Let's see here. Peta wants a vegan weather reveal cake to replace the groundhog Punxsutawney Phil. Well, Peta wants a lot of things. Maybe it's because we were inside of a county court. What now? Did I miss something? We're inside of a county court. I don't know. That will turn people off of the Second Amendment. I don't know what that means either. Peta thinks that Punxsutawney Phil is being mistreated. Phil gets regular meals and veterinary care. He lives better than wild groundhog on earth. Peta thinks all pets are being mistreated. They're just pains in the asses. Wait, does the Phil flag count? I would, I guess, but I went back as far as I could to see what people bought what, but it didn't. It doesn't let me go back very far. So it's got to be newer purchases. But a flag would count. I forgot I even did flags, but a flag would definitely count. If someone buys a flag, I'll put them on there. Let me see. Did that ever publish over here? That shirt? Yes, let's see here. See in store. Okay, here's a link to what's that there? That was the new designs for the Phil stuff. Here's the one. Where's the orange? There we go. All right, here we go. Here is a link to the orange All Nine Lives Matter shirt that someone was asking for, if they still want it. Also, I'm making the magnets. I was doing that today when I got interrupted, and they're still not printing either. So I got to get that taken care of in a minute. I did the shirt. I'll do the magnets after my chat. So that's coming also. Oh, also, I got the slide today to the, what do you call it? The zombie gun build we're doing. I got the slide for it today. Next, we'll vote on the barrel, which barrel to put in it. And then I'll give it away to a Subscribe Star member. Anybody who's a member over on Subscribe Star will be entered. You'll get more entries if you're a $20 member. Every $20 member gets 4 entries. Every $10 member gets 2 entries. Every $5 member gets 1 entry. Let me get over here, see if we got any more questions coming in. Slade Shoemaker was the last one. Nope, we got Dustin Enoch, who weighed in quite a bit during the live portion tonight. Are the locks on Smith & Wesson a failure point, or are they just a cosmetic faux pas? Well, I think they're a faux pas, but they're not really a failure point. I mean, they did have some problems with some very early 44 mag scandium framed, or was it aluminum framed guns? But they're lightweight, they're airweight in 44 Magnum. And I think they might have had to a lighter degree in 357 Magnum, but the frames themselves weren't sturdy enough. And it was or the body, I should say. The body of the gun wasn't sturdy enough, and it was flexing. And it was causing the lock to malfunction because it was flexing enough that the lock came unhooked from its little thing. And it was conceivably possible that it would engage the lock when you didn't want it to. But they fixed that problem before they actually heavily marketed the guns. But still, it was an issue. But as far as them being failure points, no, they're not really failure points. They're just gross. That's the real problem with them, is that they're gross. And then we got John Mandrick chimed in here, and he said, for the possums, they are the chosen of Phil. Phil is very fond of possums. Me and him have talked about that. He's mentioned it many, many times that he likes possums more than people. He thinks they're very, very pleasant. And I agree. They're very pleasant critters. They're very helpful, very, very beneficial. They don't really do any negative things, period. Possums are they're mean, but if you corner them. But other than that, they're very, very nice critters. So yeah, he does like them more than he does people. I will have to say that. Orders here. We got an order. No way, I already read that, didn't I? I read Kevin Payton, didn't I? I thought we got a new order there, but I think I read that one. I can never remember if I read them or not. I think I read Derek Thomas and Kevin Payton. I don't know. I think I read Kevin Payton. If I didn't, I read it now. When did that come in? 6:50. So I don't think I read that one, actually. I'm going to have to add him to the elders list. We got him and Derek Thompson both got themselves added to the elders list. It'll be a little while before I put that on the end of my videos because I got to build up the Philistines list. I don't want it to just be like, here's the scroll, and it's done. So it might take a minute or two. But what did John Mandrick talked about the possums. All right, let's get back over here. Did you hear NEA is moving? You may need to coordinate with him if you are wanting to do the podcast. Oh, well, when's he moving? I don't know, but I didn't know he was moving. He moves a lot. That guy moves around a lot. I think he's avoiding the law or something. You need to make more guns and weed merch. Well, what more would I make? I made it on everything. No PayPal link. What? No PayPal. Oh, I hadn't put it up there yet at that point. It's up there now, and I know you found it because I saw you did some chats. Yeah, I forgot to put it up today. I didn't get the chat started till like 15 minutes before chat time. I usually like to do it 3 hours, 2 hours minimum before chat time so people can be prepared for the topic. I did not get it. Like I said, I was fighting with YouTube to keep my channel open. I was thinking I was going to have to use my backup channel today because I thought this channel was going to be gone. It was stressful. I'm very stressed right now. Very stressed. A lot of Second Amendment supporters just quote what the Constitution says exactly. They don't specify the meaning behind it like you do. They don't say who's the actual threat. Well, the whole purpose was to maintain a free state. Who do you think the threat to a free state is? It's either a foreign power invading and taking over, or it's our government itself betraying us because it's foreign and domestic. So you're not going to see, what's the chance of like, a bunch of hillbillies rise up and decide they're going to take over the government? Well, if they did that, that would be part of the people. Like say if tomorrow California said, we're going to take over the country and it's going to be our rules now. Well, it would be up to the rest of the country to fight against that. That would be part of the militia's job. But generally, it's going to be the federal government itself is turning against it. In fact, that's what the founding fathers warned against. They said that this government is very likely to become corrupt and you would have to fight back against it. In fact, one of the first things they said, we've given you a republic if you can keep it. It's probably going to turn fascist. I don't like when people are like, oh, it doesn't say that. Well, what do you think it fucking means then, moron? It's like the guy yesterday when I said that that bill that they got going on in Washington State unfairly targets minorities because it says you have to have fiscal responsibility and you got to have all this money aside for insurance. Well, who is more likely to suffer from generational poverty? Well, minorities. So when they write laws like that, they know it's going to keep the guns out of the hands of minorities. You know, when they wrote the laws saying you had to be a landowner to vote, they didn't say black people can't vote. It didn't say anything in there about black people or minorities, but it was clearly meant to not let black people vote. So I don't like when people try to be like that. It's like there's always some sort of know-it-all about everything. Even when I did the video about showing the difference between a striker-fired gun and the basic difference between a striker-fired and a hammer-fired, an internal hammer, which I didn't show any of the mechanics of the internal hammer. I didn't show how the springs work or anything. But on the Glock one, or it wasn't actually a Glock, I just said, like, let's say a Glock. I was showing how it's, just release the sear and the spring is already under tension and the firing pin goes forward. And Glock only cocks theirs to 70%. Well, actually, it's more closer to 80%, but still, I get the point. Because, I've seen people testing the spring tension under partial cock and full cock. And it's closer to 80%. But that doesn't add anything to what I was trying to teach people. All it does is muddy the water that if you center on this one gun does it this way, it moves it back a little more before the sear engages. That doesn't add anything to it. So I'm like, one guy, I'm like, stop being a fucking know-it-all asshole. The internet's got plenty of them. And it doesn't, what you're trying to add doesn't add anything to what the people need to know to understand the basic principle I'm telling them. And plus, it doesn't apply to every gun that's striker. We just covered the basic part that when it's held by the sear, it's already under pressure. So, people are so piss me off. I just get so sick of people. Is it true that Donald Trump has the power to terminate legal representatives from their employment? I don't know. I do not know the answer to that. I guess the DOJ is under the executive branch, but any president that really gets involved with the DOJ, that's a bad sign. The president shouldn't be involved with the DOJ. Trump allegedly looking to pardon cops who killed Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. Is that true? I have no idea. If he does that, that's pretty scummy. But he is all about that. We want more cops, and I want more cops to have more power, and I want to give cops absolute immunity. So fuck him on that, because he is very pro-cop. He is not pro-gun like people like to think. But the Trumpers love to ignore the things that are red flags about Trump because they want to pretend he's their fucking savior. I do not know why. I don't know why anyone idolizes a politician more than why they idolize police officers. It's like everybody who says, oh, the military is the best and brightest. Really? Have you ever been in the military? I've been in the military. About 80% of them dumber than fucking rocks, and half of them would be in jail if they weren't there. So they're doing a job, and I think we should honor our contracts and take care of them afterwards. But this whole hero worship and putting them on a pedestal like there's some sort of, no, they're mostly just everyday people. And I would say on average, they're dumber and more violent than everyday people. But some people got to be like, they're the best. So you don't see me doing the, that 16-year-old's wearing a uniform he didn't earn, and we're going to call him out and embarrass him and make him commit suicide or something, because I don't give a shit. If someone wants to pretend they were in the military, fine. I don't care. I wasn't here when you discussed the losing your gun. What set off the guy and how did? Well, I can't tell the story again right now. We're about out of time. I'm going to give a couple more minutes because we started a little late today as far as the filming the second part. So I'm going to give it like 2 or 3 more minutes. If you got any last minute questions, get them in because we are about to go. I'm not going to get through all the regular questions. Basically, if you've got a super chat you want to get in, if you want me to cover something before we close, get it in over there. But right now we are about ready to go. Jacoby did say, Well, what are your thoughts on SIG 22940? Should I get? Oh, well, the P229 is my favorite SIG. I think I've said that 100 times. I've got a couple of them. I like them. I never sell them. I keep them. Well, I've also got the Elite, the P229 Elite, which means it's all stainless, and it's right there. Oh wait, no, it's right there. It's the one with the Punisher grips on it. So where am I pointing at it here? There it is right there. But yeah, the P229 is probably my favorite SIG, period. Bar none. All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for us today. I do want to remind everyone, if you want to be on the elders list at the scroll, get your Phil merchandise before tomorrow's chat. Because that tomorrow's chat, I'm going to read the finalized list of the elders, and then I'll start advertising the product. We'll start building the Philistines list. And then once I have, 20 or 30 people on there, we'll start replacing the Save the 40s with that list. And I haven't been advertising like the shirts and stuff for Save the 40s. Like I haven't been putting the link to buy the shirt on there anymore because I don't want people joining that link right now. But we'll get that one up as soon as we can, just so you know. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for me tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody who got engaged in the conversation tonight, everyone who bought merchandise to support the programs, everybody who helps the channel in whatever way they help the channel. I appreciate it. You're all the ones that keep the channel going, although today it almost ended abruptly. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I'm not saying that it definitely isn't going to right now, but I did get 2 of the things repealed. What the fuck? My printer just started for no reason. But like I said, thanks for everything you all do. I appreciate it. Remember, if this channel disappears, I've got the Gearhead channel, Yankee Gearhead. Look that up. Subscribe over there because that's where I'll pop back up if this channel gets deleted. I meant to say that at the beginning of the chat. I forgot. So I'll try to do it tomorrow at the beginning if there's a tomorrow. But thanks everybody for everything you do. I appreciate it. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. I am a grown-ass man.